Hello YouTube, watch lovers, watch collectors, and everybody else who decided to join me today. Today we will talk about the operations procedure for this what seems to be a quite complicated timepiece, the Citizen Eco Drive perpetual calendar. I will give you the model of this timepiece down in the description below, and it does look rather intimidating by looking at this dial, and some viewers were asking me if it was really so difficult to to adjust this watch in the first place and then operate it in the future. And now that I own this watch for 10 months or so, I've learned how to do it, and wanted to share that with you. It's not that difficult, to be honest. As you can see here on the main dial, there are 3 sub-dials, and the one you need for the initial adjustment of the watch or initial setup of the watch is this one, for example, here at the 6 o'clock position, and that is the mode selection dial. In order to operate that thing, you need to pull the crown to the first position. There are 2 positions, first and the second, and as you can see, the second's hand moved down to the 30 second mark here, and now by rotating this the main crown, you would be able to move the mode selection dial to one way or the other. And in this case, for example, as you can see, I moved it to an alarm setting, and it will show to you what alarm I have installed on what was set up on this particular watch here. The hands will be moving until the I think I installed it at 6 o'clock, and as you can see, pay attention to the dial at the sub-dial at 10 o'clock position. It shows whether it is an AM or PM. So it will be moving now all the way to the 6 o'clock here, and making sure that it does show 6 AM on a sub-dial at 10 o'clock position here. There you go. See, it's not difficult. After that, all you need to do, if you want to adjust that, is to pull the crown to the second position and move it one way or the other. And as you can see, the minute hand is moving every time I move it one way or the other, right? I will leave it the way it was before at 6 o'clock, and then move it to the first position again, and rotate it to the next item on the mode selector here, and that is the second time zone, or it's called here local time. And in my case, it's exactly the same as my local time here, but you can adjust it to whatever time you want of the second time zone. For example, if you live in New York and you want to install to a second time zone to be installed as something in Australia or in Japan or something, you can do it at this particular moment in time at the mode selector at the second time. To do that, all you need to do is again move the main crown to the second position and adjust the second time zone to whatever time you want that to be. Now if I move that crown to the next selector on the mode selection dial here, to the next one, and that will be the chronograph. In this case, if we want to operate the chronograph to operate it, we want to put the crown back to the its normal position. And if you want to, as you can see, while it shows the chronograph, the seconds hand stopped here at the 12 o'clock position, and to start the chronograph you need to push this upper right button, and as you can see, the seconds hand started moving, counting the seconds. After it moves all 60 seconds, counts all 60 seconds here, the chronograph little hand at 2 o'clock position will move to first position of 1 minute, and that way, if you continue doing so, it can count up to 59 minutes and 59 seconds. After that, after the whole hour, it will you would need to start counting that from the beginning. So this chronograph here in particular counts up to an hour, 59 minutes 59 seconds. Watch this second here. As soon as it passes the 12 o'clock here, this little hand here will move to one position here. There, it moved now, and so on. In order to stop the chronograph, all you need to do is to push this button here. So it's now counted 1 minute and 6 seconds. And if you push this button over here, the bottom right, and watch the chronograph subdial, it will show you the 1/10 of a second in 1/20th of a second. In order to reset the chronograph, you need to push this button here and hold it for more than 2 seconds, and the chronograph is reset back to 0. Now we will move this crown, the main crown, to the first position again, and we'll install and put it into a time position. Now this is the mode at which you can now adjust the time the way you want. Not only the time, which I'll show it to you how to do it. It's very easy actually. You push the you pull the main crown to the second position and start, you know, you need to click on the button here and activate the normal time setting mode by clicking this button. You can see that the seconds hand stopped at 12 o'clock position. Now I can move, as you can see, wherever I want the minute hand. Okay, install the time I need, and then if I push the crown all the way to the normal position, that will be the time installed and or set up, and from there the watch will continue you know, working as normal. But if you want to continue adjusting or setting up the watch, this is a very smart watch here, and you can adjust a few things here further. If you click on the upper top button here again, you will notice that unfortunately the minute hand here covers the little hand here on the 2 o'clock subdial, which points right now to the 2 setting, which means it points now that this is a year 2018 is a leap year plus 2 years. Leap year was 2016, and it points at 2 over here on the little subdial, and that means that this year is leap year plus 2, which affects how the calendar works here. And this is a perpetual calendar, as I said, and if you want that to work properly, you need to install the leap year setting properly here. If you want to change it again, you can do that. I will show to you. You can move this crown here, and as you can see, this little hand moved now to 3 here on the little subdial. If I move further, it will move to the exactly leap year, which will be the year after next, which will be a year 2020, right? But right now it's 2018, so this is in the first position, which was 2017, and if I move it more, it will be at the second position, leap year +2. If I click on this button again, on the upper right button, as you can see, the seconds hand points now at the 8 o'clock marker, and that shows to you the month, the latest month that was chosen, and right now is in August, which is correct, and I don't need to change it. If I want to change it, and it was, for example, September, right now all I need to do is to move the crown 1 position clockwise, and it moves now to the 9 o'clock position here, as you can see, and that would be in September. But today is still in August. No, I guess I need to move it all the way around. It doesn't want to move backwards. That's a good discovery. I did not know that. Okay, back to the 8th. So that's the month. And after that, if I push this button here again, I will be at the point where I can adjust a calendar date here. Again, by moving this crown one way or the other, you can move the date backwards or forward. I will not be doing that right now, but you can see how it all operates by this time already. Once all that is set, all you need to do is to push the button to the all the way to the normal position, and the watch operates normally. And you will notice, because it is a perpetual calendar, this date, for example, at the end of 30 days month or 28 days month, it will switch automatically to the next to the first of the next month, as opposed to going through 31st and then you have to manually adjust it to the first. This one will always be going to the first of next month, whether it is a 30 days month or 28 days month. The watch will know that, and that was the reason why we installed the leap year position there on a little subdial here at 2 o'clock position as a leap year +2, which is 2018. Okay, so that's, as you can see, it's not as difficult as it could have sounded in the first place. It is a busy dial here, but after you learn how to use it and get to know it's actually quite simple. Or one more thing I forgot to say when I was talking about an alarm and in this mode setting dial subdial, you can move this main crown in both directions, and they're exactly the same positions here. Look at this, at 6 o'clock it's time, alarm, local time, and chronograph, and it's the same here on the other side here, time, alarm, local time, and chronograph. So it doesn't matter in which way you're gonna move it, it will be exactly the same. Those will be exactly the same functions. For example, if I want to move to alarm, I can move this mode selector to either this position or that position. It doesn't really matter. So to demonstrate it to you, I'll move it this way, and it will again, the watch again will, because it shows right now the PM, as you can see here, it will have to move all the way to the 6 o'clock position over here, over 12 hours to come to the 6 a.m. That's what we had that installed for. while it's doing it, no, I guess we would need to wait until it comes all the way to the 6 o'clock. Okay. Okay, now if you want to change it, as I said, you need to pull the crown to the second position and start moving the crown either way, and it will move the the minute hand one way or the other. Just pay particular attention to whether you want to install that time to be AM or PM on this 10 o'clock subdial. Now, another thing which I forgot to mention at that time, see where this seconds hand points to, right now? It points over here to the mark on the dial, on the main dial, which says on for the alarm here, over here, on. If you push this button here, it will move it to an off position here. You know, and if I will return the watch back to the time setting mode and to the normal mode, the alarm will stay off as it is shown here right now. Again, if I want to move it and activate it, I push this upper right button, and it will move to the on position. I don't need it at the moment. I'm not getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning, so I will move it to an off position, and we return the watch back to normal, and then I will move it to the time setting mode. As I told you, I can move it to any of those settings, and the time setting I could have chosen the one pointing to the 12 o'clock position or 6 o'clock, it doesn't matter. And right now the watch is returning to the local time that I installed. I had installed originally, and it will show the current time. Once it stops moving, I will return the main crown to its normal position. There it is. It's 3:15 p.m. by the way, back to normal. And as you can see, the seconds hand started moving. Another thing which I haven't mentioned before is the second reason why I wanted to purchase this particular watch as opposed to any other one, and that would be the slide rule bezel here. That slide rule bezel operates by this button here. If you watch this slide rule here, you will notice that when I move this crown, it moves here. You see that? And to give you a sense of how this thing operates and how you can calculate things, and what I like it the most, you can do the multiplications, divisions, percentages, and whatever you want to like. To quickly calculate the tip at a restaurant, for example, and I'll show to you how to do it, or the currency conversion. For example, if you know that let's say the Canadian dollar is 80 cents US, you line up the 80 here against the 10 on the inner dial here. Look at this. You see what I did? Do you see this? It's 80 against the 10th. And then if you want to calculate or convert or find out how much would let's say 50 or let's say 40 US dollars would be in Canadian, you look just below here and it will show to you that it is 50 Canadian. Very easy. Or any other number here you can choose there and pick, like for example 55 US dollars will be very close to 70, like 68 or something, and so on. And same thing you can do, trying to quickly figure out what would be the tip to your waiter at the restaurant. For example, again, we'll leave this setting as it is right now. Let's say your bill came as $80, right? And you want to know how much would that be with 15% tip, which will be 1.15, and it will be here. Look at the outer dial here. You choose 1.1, where it says 11 here, and in the middle will be 1.15. So your bill with the tip will be somewhere in a range of 143 or 145 or something here. You can quickly see that on that slide rule, and that's a very useful tool to have it. Well, there it is. It turned out to be quite a long video. I'm sorry for that. 9 minutes almost. If you have any questions, please leave me a message in comments section below. If you like this video, please subscribe, and I'll be happy to share with you my other experiences with my other timepieces, or answer your questions about this one. Okay, thanks, and bye bye.